everyone, and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Now, this is going to be probably a little odd for you at first glance, but let me explain. So, with a game like Heroes of the Storm, it tends to get changes over time. Sometimes when new heroes get added to the roster, they also incorporate talent and balance changes to various different heroes throughout the roster and such. And looking back at some of my older showcase videos of certain characters, I realized that perhaps I should do a update video on certain characters, sort of like a redo showcase of that character since then, if that character has gone through some significant changes over time, where also my opinion of how to play the character for my own personal preference has probably changed at that point as well. And one of those characters, obviously, is one of the original characters of this game, who used to be one of my go-to guys, but has changed since then, where now I hardly ever use him, which is a shame, but depending on the build, I could consider reusing him again at some point. And that, of course, is Uther, the Lightbringer, the first paladin and founder of the Order of the Silver Hand. Uther, the Lightbringer, is a faithful servant of the light, dispensing justice with the swing of his hammer. Uther is a bastion of truth and an unflinching symbol of the Alliance. And he is, as you can see here, he's a melee support. His difficulty is set to easy, which is kind of interesting, considering that his probably more signature or most well-known build amongst those who play him professionally, like in ranked mode and such, usually go with a build that's a little bit more difficult if you're not used to hitting like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys for activation abilities. But I'll get to that in a moment. So first, as usual, let's look at his skins. He's gotten a new skin since last time. This, of course, is his basic, usual skin. This is his color tint, white, and then this is like brown-red. Here's the master skin, which I have, in addition to his armor and weapons and such. Here's the lumberjack skin, which I just think is really silly. Here's the medic skin, which is kind of funny looking. And then here's a skin they added called Judgment Uther. I don't necessarily remember what exactly this is based on, although you can find the description in the skin section of the shop in order to see what the description is. So his abilities, of course, he has had some tweaks since then. Holy Light now, it can now heal for 427 health. So here's the thing with Uther. He doesn't have a very consistent, like, regular heal like a Malfurion or a Lily, because his cooldown on it is 12 seconds. Same with his other healing ability, Holy Radiance. But they've buffed it where it now will do more healing, more health, since they realized, yeah, it's a bit of a cooldown, a bit of a long cooldown. Probably a little too long for the amount of healing he probably needs to do to stay with the other healers, so we'll make it where it heals a lot. And where now Holy Radiance does 219 health and deals 160 damage. Hammer of Justice, of course. Eternal Devotion being his trait. Now, of course, I've learned that Divine Storm, even though they made it where it stuns for even longer, pretty much everyone says don't use it in ranked mode because that doesn't necessarily help that much. Apparently, the stun is not as important as the invulnerability, which I guess I now kind of agree with. Where now, pretty much if you're someone who uses Uther in ranked, they pretty much always go for Divine Shield, as making someone invulnerable, increasing move speed for 3 seconds, is now considered more helpful than Divine Storm. So, they of course have completely changed his talent tree once again, where now you have to, this used to be my number 4 talent pick, now it's put to number 1 here. So, here's what I'm talking about when it comes to Uther. He has a certain build that's become dubbed the piano build, which is like activation abilities throughout each time. So the usual go-to one now is Conjurer's Pursuit, of course, which if you gather the regen globes, he'll increase his mana regeneration, which, considering that he is very mana heavy with his abilities, that's like a go-to. You got to go with this, where it increases his mana regeneration, where it's now up to 2.5 per second, and it'll increase his maximum mana by 100, which late game is going to be paying off really well. At number 4, if you're going to go with the piano build, obviously you go with Protective Shield. I'm going to be discussing a possible build I would probably go with, just because I'm not too fond of having to go with the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys because I'm not really that aware when it comes to like, oh, I immediately know what the key is when I'm looking at the screen but not looking at the keyboard. I like to go with more passive. So here's one that I would consider going with, which is you heal yourself for 30%. So if I heal someone, I'll also be healing myself, which can be pretty helpful. And number 7, you know, you have Cleanse here, although I've never really been fond of this ability. Apparently everyone loves it. But here's an interesting one, Holy Fire, where now it no longer just deals damage per second to your enemies, but here's the cool thing. Basic attacks against enemy heroes increase this damage by 20% for 3 seconds, and it can stack up to 3 times, which is pretty interesting. And then 10 here, of course, Divine Shield. 13, they love to go with Shrink Ray. But there are a few abilities here that I've considered would be kind of useful. And that is Holy Shock, where you can have Holy Light be used on an enemy to do 50% of its healing amount as damage, and with 6 seconds less cooldown. And when used this way, that makes the next Holy Light heal for 50% more, which means it would then heal for 600 health the next time you use it, which can be pretty useful. Or there's Blessed Champion, which if you use Holy Light, then your basic attacks will heal you and nearby ally heroes for 20% of the healed amount. But that's going to require you to be using your basic attacks, which a lot of people don't usually use Uther for anymore because they try to just do an ability and then run away to try and avoid him getting ganked or such, even though he's a melee hero. At 16, they like to go with Benediction to reduce mana, I guess. Then there's other ones here, such as Holy Light will reduce the amount of damage taken. Each hero that Holy Rains passes through increases the healing and damage of your next Holy Rains by 8% to a maximum of 80% increase. Or Hardened Focus. While above 8% life, your basic ability cooldowns regenerate 50% faster, which if you combine this with this, if you have enough mana, regeneration at that point, that could really help his amount of healing that he can do. And then here at 20, rather than buffing Divine Shield or Hurricane, I think now what I've learned is that Redemption is a really good ability to take. It's kind of similar to Johanna's Invincible ability at 20, because I actually saw one time we killed an Uther as they were trying to finish off our base, and our core had low health. We finished the whole team off, including Uther. But then he resurrected right at our core, and he was able to finish off the core because he stood right next to our core, resurrected, and that's how he was able to finish off our team and win the game. So that can be really helpful in a team fight where you're doing healing, then you come back, and then you're able to do more healing. So I know that the piano build, because they would probably go with Storm Shield. They love to get the activation abilities. I'm not too fond of activation abilities, so that's a build I consider going with for Uther. So I say, why don't we try it out? Let's see. They've made some changes here, obviously. Now you'll see the estimated weight and quick match for those heroes. But rather than doing that, let's just go ahead and get into an AI match just so we can get started here. Even though I'm sure you guys would love to see me do a quick match, I don't want the wait to be that long. Because sometimes quick match queues can take a while where we're just sitting here and waiting and waiting. And I've had some showcase videos in quick match where they have turned into absolute blowouts where I am not left in a very good mood at the end of it, so... Although it's funny, when I do Adept AI matches, the opposing team, the AI will apparently be very good, while my teammate AI will not be so good. So it's kind of a, I don't know if it's a double-edged sword or not. Anyway, Conjurer's Pursuit, of course. Fortunately, you can get a regen globe at each temple when you take out the big guardian here, so that will help in terms of getting regen globes. It's been a while since I've played Uther. As you can see, he's got that, that Judgment skin he has. He had his own themed mount with it, so this is the Judgment Charger.
Honor guides me.
I thought it would be fitting that Uther is riding it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So the matchup is me, Li Ming, Arthas, Medivh, Vala against Oriel, Leoric, Nazebo, Li Ming, and Falstad. Sorry, AI Medivh is gonna solo bot.
Why not?
Uther and Arthas reunite. I am the hammer of... Why not? Oh! Took out Falstad with that holy light. Oh. Careful, don't need to lag. Ah, there he goes. Enemies on the light, beware. I'm back here, Nazebo. Well, I stunned him, but he's already healing and he's behind the gate, so... Heal myself, grab this globe. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and tap the fountain. Oh, Nazebo's trying to run away. Oh, I was... Well, it was on cooldown anyway, so... I'll heal you off. Despite our differences, I shall heal you. Oh, stun Li Ming. Boom. Ah, I'm on low health. I should have healed myself. Oh, here we go. Now I'll heal myself. Yeah, see? Heal myself. Well, we capped that, but they're gonna cap this.
A sound decision.
Oh, grab this globe, grab this globe.
And so the night fades from my temples, but it will return again.
Heal myself. Yeah, remember, it's 90 mana and 65 mana for each of those abilities. Alright, I'm gonna go back to base and get some heal up and get some more mana. So I've got 6 globes though, so that I'm already getting good mana regeneration. But I gotta get more. Need more. Oh man. I would have gone to that camp just to pick up the globe. Whoa! Look at this. Here and grab this regen globe. Ah! They're focusing on me! No! Don't focus on me! Ah, no! Did I get that globe? I got it. Ah, come on. If only I had my holy fire to be dealing damage. Oh, now I do. Very wise. Ah, I'm probably gonna die. Oh, healed myself just in time.
The sun grows within the temples. Soon they shall bask in my glory.
Hang on, Vala. I shall heal you in just a moment. Oh! I misclicked. I healed myself instead. Okay, regen globe. There we go. Heal Vala. Right. Whole team is here. Ah! Alright. Well, at least least I healed them before I faded away. At least they were all there to get that temple, and they got the team. Good job. Oh, here comes the orc.
For the Alliance.
All right.
Most interesting.
Capped that. Oh, getting some lag, which is weird considering that we don't have another human characters, players, internet to, to deal with. Oh, thank you for the shield, Medivh. Ah, Arthas, you got out of the way. Divine shield, there we go. By the way, that's one of Li Ming's new skins. Having to do with the summer games. Fine. Heal you off this. Give you invulnerability! Go. Ah, I like it.
Enemies of the light.
Enemies of the light beware. Wielding. And we are just straight up like solid pushing.
We should capture this mercenary camp.
Help me capture this mercenary camp. Now let's go capture this camp. Another globe.
Keep the pressure
Got 15, 10 more, and I'll be able to get that extra mana. Here we go. Stun him before he can do that attack. Now we can get that regen globe. AI Arthas is getting the top temple. It's not a shrine, it's a temple. Hang on, Medivh. Ah! I use the portal he's got. I don't think I need to give that to Medivh, but whatever.
Very wise.
Killing spree.
More Lordaeron.
Let
me go see if I can go clear up mid.
Find
Oh,
something
there's a.
else.
Oh, let me get this globe though. Ah, take that. Ah, whoops, wrong button. All right, let's go with Holy Shock. Let's see how that can be.
The light is with us. By my honor.
Another globe right here. Hurry, 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 Uther! Got it.
We should capture this mercenary.
Let's get this mercenary camp. There we go. Try and help fend this off. That. Alright, see, it's lit up. Get you, Nazebo. Ah! Let's grab this castle. And now let's go get this temple.
They shall bask in my glory.
Look at that. Super AI push.
My magic
I'll stay and capture this
flows
temple.
through the temples. Guardians, do not let these mortals approach me.
For the silver hand.
Alright. Got that keep.
Very wise.
Alright, and harden focus. Because I'm doing pretty well with my mana regeneration right at this point. Oh! Hello! Let's get Ariel. Ariel!
This is the end for you.
This is the end for you. Oh, even more healing.
We should capture
Let's get this
mercenary
boss.
Mayhem.
We should capture this mercenary camp. Don't attack me, attack Arthas. He's the tank. There we go.
Keep the pressure on.
There we go. With these mercs to help push with the boss.
Continue on.
I will join you shortly.
Light curse.
Alright, so look at that. Of course, you know, obviously, can't really take that to heart too much, but look at that. Go learn faster, and I have full mana regeneration. I got the, all 25 globes. Go, Valor! I gave you invulnerability!
They shall pass.
Oh, triple kill! And that's gonna be game. Alright.
It's over now. Leave my domain.
So, I'm not really sure how effective this would be in ranked mode against human players. I mean, obviously I didn't get to level 20, and I didn't get to, you know, redemption. But, you know, the fact that this one can heal yourself, this will increase the amount of damage that you can give out. The fact that you can do this on an enemy, and then the cooldown of it gets reduced to 6 seconds, and then it'll heal for like 600 health or even more once you level up as the game goes on. Do this combined with this. It could be a pretty good build. I actually might try this at some point in ranked. I don't know how upset people will get at me about it, but I think this is a build that Blizzard even said when they incorporated these changes, that they were like, this is a possible build we want to give people who are not fond of the piano build, people like myself. So, I mean, Uther has probably gone through as much change as any character in this game. And I hardly ever play him these days compared to other healers in the game, especially in ranked mode, such as Lily or Malfurion. You know, it's just because I find their healing to be a little bit more consistent. Plus, they have ults that do, like, big burst healing. Although Malfurion's healing ults got nerfed. But Uther has just, you know, when you need consistent healing, I just felt like he doesn't do that as much anymore. But then I've seen some other people play Uther really well in ranked, so you know, it's kind of a, I'm just not really sure about him anymore. And it's a shame because he used to be my go-to guy at healing in ranked, but now I hardly ever play him anymore. But that's a build I could see possibly working in theory, but then, you know, that was against AI. So probably against good players, especially in ranked, probably not as much. So I'm not really sure. So that was the new changed Uther, and who knows if they'll do more. They probably will. This is a game where they're constantly doing these types of changes. So, I mean, some other heroes have gotten some changes recently. Guys like Tychus, he's completely different now. Zagara is completely different now. Nova has gone through some changes, although I don't remember if I did that after her changes or not. I'll have to relook at my video to see what her status was at the time. I know Asmodan, he's gone through some changes. Illidan, he's gone through some changes. Arthas, he got some quite a few changes. So yeah, I'll probably be taking a look at some of these other characters and probably redoing my showcase videos for these characters like I did for Uther this time around. You know, to see, you know, I know Sylvana, she went through some changes. So, and as you can, yeah, obviously I'm showing off some of the master skins I've obtained since then, so. But, yeah, I'll probably be doing videos to take a look at the new versions of these characters and see what I think of how they are now compared to how they were then. So, hope you guys stay tuned for that.